ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Ukazu Henry, live from New York City. Okay, I'm trying to put my comments. Okay. All right. So today we have a great topic titled "Live Live to Leave a Legacy." Okay, live to leave a legacy. I want to begin by saying this right. Life is all about legacies, either negative or positive. Life is all about legacies. So, I want to ask you today, what legacy do you want to leave behind? As a human being, right? You must surely leave your footprints in the hands of time. It's a fact. Right? One of my mentors once said that the only way to avoid criticism in life is to say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. As a human being, if you don't do anything, people will surely talk about you. If you do something, people will surely talk about you. So what is important? Just do something. It doesn't matter what people say about you. Just do something. All right? So that's why I want to share this topic with you. Live a life of legacy. And as a storyteller, right, I love to tell stories. Okay? I love to tell stories. So let me talk about stories now with respect to legacy. So for instance now, if you have lost a loved one, you will agree with me that at the burial ceremony, right, some people will say good about the person, some will say bad about the person. But what is important is what somebody will read. That is called the eulogy. There will be an eulogy about the life of that person. What legacy did that person leave? So that is one thing I want you guys to literally understand. But it's quite unfortunate that in our society, many people don't understand the concept of legacy. They think legacy is all about leaving money, leaving properties. Yes, they are good. But the true meaning of legacy was defined by a great man called Peter Stropel. He said, legacy is not about living for people. It's about leaving something in people. Let me repeat that. Legacy is not about living for people. It is about leaving something in people. So let me ask you this question, right? As a leader, right? What legacy do you want your employees to remember you for? As a student, what legacy do you want your fellow colleagues and your professors to remember you? As a professional, what legacy do you want your colleagues to remember you? As an employer, what legacy do you want somebody to remember you for? As a parent, what legacy do you want your child to remember you for? Right? So in anything you do in life, you must surely leave a legacy. But the question now becomes, what legacy do you want to leave? Now, as a parent, right, let me just say this to you guys, right? There is this great quote by Bill Graham, which I love so much. Bill Graham said, the greatest legacy one can pass to their children or grandchildren is not money or material things, but a legacy of faith and character. So, for instance, right now, I have a child, right? Tomorrow, when I leave this world, I want my child to grow up and say, oh, yes, when my dad was alive, he wrote this article. When my dad was alive, he wrote this book. When my dad was alive, he was on the TV. When my dad was alive, he was speaking to people all over the world. That is a hallmark of legacy. It's not about the money and the property you leave. Yes, those things are good. But there are things that are intangible, but they are more valuable. That is why I said, most times people who are poor-minded or poverty-minded, they don't think money is everything. Let me tell you, if the only thing you have in life is money, you are poor. Because guess what? Someone might give you $1 million today, right? And tomorrow, that money will just vanish. Like the money will just be exhausted, right? Because when you exhaust the money, you have no ideas. But if you have no money and you have ideas, the world will respect you. You can manufacture stuff. That is why I always like what I call emotional intelligence, right? You could think out of the box. So life is not about having money, but it's what impact do you make with money you have. You know, the joy of life is not how happy you are. It's how happy others can be because of you. A lot of people say, oh, because of you, I live a life of legacy. Because of you, I went to college. Because of you, I went to high school. Because of you, I got a job. Because of you, I was able to do this. That is what is important in life. Money is good, don't get me wrong, but there are impacts you could do in people's life. When you have an impact in people's life, if they have gratitude, they will understand that truly it is because of you. Most of us in life, we just think that we can do things on our own accord. We fail to understand that human beings are the God sent creatures that God has given to us. God will not come from heaven to bless you. He will send human beings. So it's imperatively important that you acknowledge the value of relationship. I always say this: relationship is the new currency. If you don't know how to work with people, trust me, you will have a hard time in life. Do you know you can cash out with having a good network or having a good PR or personal relationship with people? But that is not what I'm about to say today. But the point there is that once you make impact in people's life, people will know that truly you've made impact in their life. Another point I want to share with you guys is that imagine a child that is just a newborn baby, right? That baby will cry, that baby will crawl, that baby will walk, that baby will go to school, get a job, and start building a life. But guess what? What is important is that that baby or that child will determine the kind of lifestyle he or she want to live, the kind of major he or she want to study in school, the kind of job or career he or she want to do, and more importantly, that child will determine the courses he or she is passionate about. When I talk about legacy, I always look at someone like Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela left a legacy of love, kindness, and forgiveness. It's not easy. Those who hurt him, when he became the president, he took them back. That is legacy. And that is why I respect that guy. Nelson Mandela is the only African that has been celebrated in White House. When he died, White House brought him in, and they were able to celebrate him. So I'm going to ask you again, what legacy do you want to live by? Today, right, I was in church. Let me share this with you guys. So the priest was talking about forgiveness, right? Mercy. And also what he used. He said, how many times will someone hurt you, you forgive? He says 77 times 7. So again, that talks about legacy. What do you want people to remember you for? Did you hurt them when you were with them? Or did you give them pain or joy? Legacy. Life is not easy anyway. You will hurt people, people will hurt you. But guess what? Life will still move ahead. So what is important is ability to reconcile and then to retrace a step, and then you move ahead. So when I talk about legacy, I always liken legacy to purpose. Do you know that your purpose determines your function? So the purpose in which you have been made will determine what you will do in life. So your purpose determines your function. So my friends, I want to share this with you guys before I wrap up for the day. Every single day you are living on earth, you are living a legacy. Alright? So the best thing you could do is to live that day as if it is the best day in your life, that tomorrow will never be in existence. It's not easy, right? I'm speaking, I'm not perfect. I'm vulnerable. I'm a human being. I do make mistakes. But what's important is I don't rely on my mistakes. Regardless of the mistakes of the past, I don't rely on it. I work on myself every day by day. So I want to share with you guys this story before I wrap for the day, right? So if you have any question, feel free to ask me on Instagram or on Facebook, right? So as a man, right, you see that a lady is helpless, right? And you know that this lady is little helpless. If you can help this lady without taking advantage of her, that is legacy. Or as a man, right, you're in poverty and you're walking on the street, you see $1 million. What will you do? Will you keep that money, or will you take that money and give the authority? Legacy. That is why I always say, circumstances don't say who you are, they reveal who you are. One of my mentors in Nigeria, his name is Babatunde Fashola, right? He's a minister in Nigeria. He said something: may your loyalty never be tested. It's easy as a human being to say, oh, no woman can bring me down as a man. Oh, if I get to power, power cannot intoxicate me. Oh, if I get money, oh, money cannot overpower me. Words are cheap. Trust me, words are cheap and action is expensive. right? So I always say this: there are three things that a man will surely face in life. If a man is able to overcome money, power, and women, trust me, that man is made for life. Because once you have money, trust me, your true being will come out. It is, people will not get it, but it's a fact. Once you have money, you can influence a lot. Once you have power, trust me, you can influence a lot. And once you have women by your side, oh my good Lord, women are the biggest influence in the world. I always say this: men think they are smart. No, no man is better than a woman. No man. Women are very, very influential. Trust me. So if a man can overcome these three things, trust me, you can say he's a man. Right? So, my very good friends, living a life of legacy is not easy, but we all have to try to live that life of legacy. Right? What people see today, that whenever you're no longer on the surface of the earth, they will say, yes, when he was alive, when she was alive, this is what he did. One day, a friend of mine said, Henry, in this 21st century, it is a sin in humanity for your name to be on for your name to be googled and nothing is said about you. We are in the jet age, according to computer age. We live in a connection economy, right? So the internet is our new normal right now. So I'm going to ask you again, what legacy do you want to live by? Most times people reach out to me, right, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube. Trust me, even on my WhatsApp status every day. Why? Because of the power of the internet. The internet is so powerful. Because why? They see me on social media. Right? Right? Just yesterday, right? Facebook approved me to start receiving money from my reels. I was shocked when I saw it yesterday. Right? Facebook said you are now eligible as a professional to be receiving money from your reels. I was humbled. What am I saying? The power of internet. I cannot overemphasize that point. So every day I'm intentional, I'm deliberate, I keep putting myself out there. You don't know what the universe has in store for you. I always tell my friends, I am not a smart guy. I am just smart by association. Most of the favors I have attained over time in life is not because I have it together. I don't have it together. I network strategically. I meet people. Let me share with you guys something now. I have a book coming up very, very soon, right? The man writing the foreword of this book, I've never met this man in my life. I met this man on Instagram. And he's one of the most influential men in Africa. Right? It's the power of the internet. This man must have Googled me, or he must have seen my videos. If almost on a daily basis, this man sends me a video on my Instagram. Trust me, almost on a daily basis. And this is one of the most influential men in Africa. The power of the internet. I will wrap up with this saying that legacy is big. But I will say this, let me tell you. Your reputation is what people think about you. Your character is who you are. You know, online, people say, oh, online, just show people what they want them to see. But let me tell you, authenticity is priceless. Authenticity is the new currency. When you're authentic to yourself, your real friends will come to you, and your fake friends will depart from you. But when you're fake, your real friends who are supposed to help you will run away, and your fake friends will come to you. So, of what value are you trying to fake your life on internet? It makes no sense. Let your words be in alignment with your actions. If not 100%, but at least to a reasonable extent. Nobody is perfect. As a human being, we all have to make amends. So if you're coming live on Instagram, it depends on what you want to show the world on social media. You are using Facebook, Reels, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. There are so many outlets out there. But what message do you want the world to know you for? Some people are literally authentic on social media. Why some are not authentic? Some are there for their business. Some are there for their lifestyle. It all depends on what message you want to send to the people. So my very good friends, I thought it's nice to come out here today to share with you guys on how to live a life of legacy. I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself, right? We all have to try in our own little way to see how we can make the world a better place. Because at the end of the day, the joy of life is not how happy you are, but how happy others can be because of you. So I'm going to leave you with those words and tell you today, as you move out this week, this month, this year, try and live a life of legacy. And if you screw up, guys, don't be hard on yourself. Did you hear me? Do not be hard on yourself. Just know that you are a human being. These too shall pass. Whatever does not kill you will make you stronger. Alright? So, that's all for now. So, for next week, I don't know what I'll be speaking on, but I'll appreciate you do me a favor. Share these videos to your friends who you think will love it. For me, right, I am a human capacity coach, right? I help people to unleash their potentials. I help people to discover themselves. So if you think you have something in you, but you don't know how to actualize it, I am the plug that you need. Go to my bio, check me out there on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and you will see the kind of work that I do. So my friends, it's always a pleasure sharing with you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys sometime next week. So for now, thank you and have a blissful day. Bye.